Jordan. I think he wants to crawl through urine. Ugh. Ugh. Genevehausen. Genevehausen. German German spin-off to House. Dr. Hausen MD, the parody series of House. Hausen. Could we get Hugh Laurie back for at least one episode? I wish. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but your kid. I can't help your child. Your child is cursed. $20, and they're uncursed. Okay, well that's enough about curses and things. Okay, because after yes, but after the intro, Mura has something to say. So yes, yeah. If you can, I have done many things with the link. I've done many things with the link. So yeah, okay. Intro's just starting. Well, welcome back to our continuation of D&D. Before we start our session, Mira has something to say. It's very important and it's related to the, as anyone who's watching will see that there are various GoFundMe things on the stream at the moment. So mm, yeah, of course you can. I put the link. I've put the link as a pinned thing in the chat, and I also shared it on X when we went live. There is a QR code on the screen, and also there's a link at the top to show how they're going towards their total. Um, so yeah, if you can help, please do. Yeah, um, there will also be an automated message, which is something I've taken off of their GoFundMe site and then shortened because there's a stupid character limit, which will flash up from time to time in the chat, which will also have the link in it. So yeah, the link will be there all through the night. Um, so yeah, as I said, if you can, do help, because you know, any form of dementia, vascular dementia, is it's a painful thing to go through. It's a painful thing to witness, and with anything, especially in the US, you get bogged down in bureaucracy and expenses and things. The wheels of, like they say, the wheels of bureaucracy are notoriously slow. So yeah, and I'm going to keep these. I'm going to keep these links in the chat. Well, next week I'm on holiday, so from when I get back, I'm going to make sure to keep these in the chat for probably 2 weeks or a few weeks. So if you miss the opportunity today, as I said, we'll keep running it for a few weeks after I get back, as well as tomorrow, and as I said. So yeah, thank you. That's all right. Um, so uh, um, there we go. End of the last session, Scarred Heart was killed, and I think one of the other one of the was it one of the wolves went down in combat as well, or it might have been one of the brides. I'm just pulling up the encounter. Yeah, stream chat. Of course you have it open, idle in the background or something. As a loyal member of our thing for for so many years. Oh, there we go. Order of Blood Guard. For some reason, I forgot what the name of the encounter was. I was like, what did I name this encounter? I'm terrible at remembering what I name encounters. Okay, resume the encounter. It always okay. This is a bit of a warning for you, Ollie, because we were talking about encounter builder earlier on. Sometimes when it's loading, it will scare you half to death because it will say everyone is on death save for a split second or a couple of seconds. It'll just be like everyone's on death save, like, and I mean everyone, even mobs that don't get them. It will just be like everyone. Like that's not even possible for that to be on the death. Um, so yeah, um, and the Blood Mage had just finished its turn, so we were just getting to Kinryu's turn. And you're in the effect of the black tentacles at the start of your turn. I'm just loading it. I didn't have it loaded. Oh, thank you, Jack. That is very sweet of you. It it trans it translates to, I believe, 10% of a fridge freezer. Any in the US, anything at all but the metric system. Like they will measure in anything at all. Washing machines, tumble dryers. Yeah, it's like anything at all but the metric system. You will be going approximately three-quarters of the speed of a cheetah. The, it's the phantom. It's the phantom logic. You know, the power of 10 tigers. Well, three and a half. That's when you look down at your gear stick and it's like, um, what's this one? Oh, that's speed. That's speed of the puma on your dashboard. As I said. Oh. Okay, so squirming ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square area. Um, you must succeed on a dex saving throw. Let me just find the DC. The DC will be the spellcasting thing of the mages. They have so it'll be a DC of 15. Ow. Okay, so you're taking 3d6 bludgeoning and you're being restrained. You may test again. Um, uh, yes, the creature restrained by the tentacles may use its action to make a strength or dex check its choice against the spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself. So, uh, so you get to test straight away. You succeed. You are free. You're still taking the damage, the initial damage. So I'm just finding that a second. 3d6, 14 damage. You are free, but it counts as difficult terrain, so it will take probably, well, most of your movement to get out of it. Um, Yeah, it's 20 feet to the door. Well, no, it's 20 feet to everything. It's 20 feet out of the area, pretty much, in every direction from where you are. Actually, it's 15 to the door. Or there's the altar behind you. Well, on top of the altar. I wouldn't suggest it. No. Oh yeah, your movement's actually only 30. Can you fly? Or do you have? I would fly then. Yeah, that would actually be easier because as soon as you're flying, it's no longer difficult terrain. Um, it wouldn't be able to reach you if you, as long as you're over 6 foot off the ground, which you can do. It can't get you. Okay, I've put a little winged token on you so you can tell you're flying. Okay, so next, water elemental's gone. Homunculus is next, so yeah. Forgot to have the character open. Dex save, Dex. You got a 20, so she's free. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so she's jumping out of the mage jumping out of the yeah. Okay. There's not really much she can do because it's not really expect her. Oh no, she's got Eldritch Blast thinking about it, so yeah. Yeah, she'll go after the one that's closest. Okay, she'll go after the mage at the top there and miss. No, she gets two. And she missed twice. Ah, it sucks. But she didn't get hit by the tentacles, so she's free of that. So, it's a good regroup. Okay. Okay, Brandy, it's her turn. Well, she only gets that if when she starts her turn in it. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was just doing this doing a second. Um. Yeah. That's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. Okay, it's Fang's turn. Okay. No, no. He could always try to grab Skardhart on his way forward, trying to pull him out. Oh, they like that, like trying to drag their owner out of a burning building or something, or. But you'll need to do the dex save to see if you get hit by the tentacles first. What did you get? Oh, 5. You're restrained. Hopefully, you won't take too much damage from the. Yes, 3d6, 14 damage. Fangs down. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to leave your death save until next turn? Because both are at the. Well, yeah, you wouldn't get your you wouldn't have a death save until next turn, so no, not really, because you're down. Um, it's looking like it's Ryoko's turn. Hmm. Uh, no, that's a miss. Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah, it fails on a 4. Yeah. Uh, mm, yeah, the one who's the other side. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that actually. Yeah, that's a good. No, that's a good point. I did actually forget to do its con save. Um, mm, okay, so it was. Mm, yeah, which it succeeded, and it took slight damage. So, um, yeah, so we're down to the lower end of the turn order. So, Charleston Riz. Yep. Yeah, you're free. Okay. Plus, you'll find that you'll have something potential to do with him after Jacob's turn. I'm not going to have you. Yeah, I'm not going to have you wait the whole session or something. I'm not an ass. I've just realised, Ollie, I directed you towards the wrong one. Yeah, it's the southern one that you need. That's the spellcaster. Yeah, sorry, that was my fault. Shall I? I'll position you. I'll position you by the first, by the right one. It would have been the same distance, so it's not going to make a. And I'll just. And I'll just put the damage onto the right ones. There we go. There you go. All fixed. Sorry, that was, as I said, that was a problem on my fault. I looked at the wrong screen and got them muddled. Got the two models muddled up because I was looking at them thinking that's not the mage, and then I realised that's not the mage. That's the mage. That's the vamp. That's the lord, the vampire. Oh well. Okay. As I said, all sorted, and you actually did more damage than you thought. Well, you the one that one actually has less health. Yeah. So Skibbity. Yeah. Yeah, that's right on the money. That's going to be the item you're getting in approximately one round. No, at the end of the round. You discovered it like 5 seconds, like 2 minutes early. Like like you're like they you're like they mm, nice. As he's a mage, he should be nice and chewable. I think that's one off. Blood mage. Ah, failed. Yeah, yeah. But no one's close enough for you to get pack, and no one's close enough for you to get pack tactics, which is a shame. Uh, that's a hit though. Well, that one is bleeding quite badly. So, because you get three damages. Um, doesn't your um that was weird. Hey Phil, um, doesn't your rage add to the damage? Because I'm pretty sure it's to do with your long rest. Because it's per your number of. Oh, there we go. Rage damage. You gain a bonus to damage increases as you gain levels as a barbarian. Rage damage common at the barbarian features table. Okay, it must be in the rule book. For some reason they are doing the okay, I'll look it up if you explain the GoFundMe to Phil. You. It's all right. That's why they have the information on the GoFundMe website things. Because yeah, I found that there is a massive table. That they've just been incredibly dense on how to do it. There is just a massive table of like per level. You get +2 up till level 8, and then from level 8 to level 15 you get +3. Then 16 to 20 you get +4. So yeah, it's a bit weird, that one. Um, yeah, which is enough to kill him. As I said, I told you he was bleeding pretty badly. Okay, so that was okay. So it's Jacob's turn after Skibbity. Jacob's is 50. Uh, hmm. 'Cause- yeah, because you want to be there so you can get him on the. Hmm. Okay, so Jacob's moved into positions, holding an action. So we're now moving into a surprise round. Um, as um, from the corridor, well, the first people to get any kind of impression that there's something going on is Bernadette and Ryoko, who see something go dashing past them as a paladin comes rushing into the room. In both hands, he has two gleaming swords and shining white and gold armor. From there, you can see he's um, dead on the floor, bleeding extremely badly. Um, Blood is starting to pool and reach the lower part of the altar. To his left, you can just make out one of the vampires to your north. He is in range. Oh yes, yes. I wouldn't really worry about Channel Divinity at the moment because you have a surprise attack. You have, yeah, you have two of those. Um, well, it's a surprise round rather than a. Trust me, he doesn't need it. Yeah, you've effectively got, as I said, you've got basically two-handed greatswords, so you count as dual wielding. So you can either use your bonus action to use your paladin abilities, or you can use your bonus action to strike a third time. You are also part fighter, so you also have action surge, so you can effectively, if you want to use your action surge, attack 5 times in one turn. And you've got vicious great swords, and the when you do get to your damage, if you roll any ones or twos, they count as threes. Yes, this guy is yeah, he's the exact opposite of Scarred Heart in terms of Scarred Heart doesn't do damage because he's a pacifist. This guy does all the damage. So yeah, that's a hit. So roll your damage. Six, 16. Nice. No, you roll them one after another. Sorry, let me just. I've just lost the encounter finder for a second. Yeah, that's a miss. And a magic sword, so they take the full damage. So yeah, so yeah. Are you going to use your bonus action to attack again? Yeah, that's a hit. Okay, and you got, as I said, you can use your action surge if you want to attack again 2 more times. That's a hit. Did you get any ones or twos? Well, remember, if you get any ones or twos, you have to add on to make it ones or twos automatically become threes. No, no, I meant when you're doing damage. Yeah, if you get any dice rolls that are ones or twos, just count those as threes and add on to the whatever the dice roll is. So if it says 13 and you got a 1 in there, it's 15. Yeah, it comes up on the it's on screen at the moment. You got a 2 on the middle one. So you actually did 11 damage. Yeah, that's a hit. 6, so it's 11. No, he's still got some damage left. Well, he's still got some health left, but you knocked off about 40, 50. That's pretty much all you can do, and that was an extra turn. So you'll be taking Scarred Heart's position in the turn order after this, so you'll get another go at him very shortly. So yeah, it's Bernadette's turn. Oh, and you also have presents for everyone, thanks to Purin. But you'll have to during your turn, you'll have to chuck them to everyone. No, that's free action. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so it's Jerry's turn. I'd miss. It would have done nothing to you. You have 19 AC. He can use Shield of Faith to buff it to 21. Yeah, I'm just saying, it would just ping off you like a pea. Yeah, yeah, 11 damage. Mm. Okay, it's the leader's turn. Um, hmm. Okay, he's gonna do something pretty weird. Okay, gonna take a step forward. He's gonna turn towards the altar, and he's gonna cast Mage Hand. He's gonna lift um, Scarred Heart's body as close to onto the altar as possible, yelling, "It is for you, my lord!" Okay, what is it? Okay, someone's just. We've got another one of those stupid, annoying bots in the chat with their like best viewers. Although, as it's actually the moderator thing has actually like cut off what they've said. It looks like it's saying best viewers ass. And the award for best viewers ass goes to, well, the only person I know who, yeah, I have to give that to Phil. That's the only one with an ass that I know of. Um, mm, okay, Phil wins. Best viewers ass that I know of. Yes, there will be no ceremony and no actual award. It was just the first time chat of Marshall Judge, you, some bot who's stolen a username. Uh, so yes, yeah, who's if he hasn't been banned, I'm gonna ban him. Them. Well, yes. I think it's actually banned it automatically. Good. Mm. Okay, so that was his action. What, dead body? that's not resisting. Well, slide it, slide it basically. Like, eh, eh. Um, and he's going to cast Shield of Faith on himself with his bonus action. So that's his turn done. Apnak is now making himself some toast. And now it's Braveheart's turn. Killing him would definitely stop it. Mm. Yes. Yeah. Well, you got to think about it. You're very Conan-esque. So how would Conan um, use dispel magic? Usually by chopping off their head. Basically, it's an extension of the how can they push a button if you disable his hand? He can't push a button if you disable his hand. He can't cast a spell if you chop off his head. Or if you wanted another way, you could stab him and then chuck him down the stairs. There's no set of stairs behind you. Line of sight. Urgh. Good. Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have got an opportunity attack. Uh, I believe that's on the money. Yeah, just enough because he boosted his armor. That's a 4. So yeah, that's 12 damage. Yeah, 22. Okay, how would you like to dispatch him? I immediately, as soon as I was thinking, it was like you stab him once, he's down on the ground, and it's there can be only one, and then his head bopped down the stairs. Different people say it slightly differently in the movies and the series. Yeah, you could growl it like a lion, or you could just do the "This is for my brother." Okay, oh, look, he's dead, and I believe um, that would be the end of your turn. Yeah, you can do a bonus action. You'll have many bonus actions. Um, There's no one there to affect. The last of them is presently in an ethereal universe, a different universe, because they'll be coming back shortly after your turn, and probably will get pin cushioned. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got enough movement because remember you moved during the other turn, and you haven't moved during this turn. So, by the altar, yeah. Mm, 15 feet of movement. You've got a 35. You've got a 35-foot movement. You've used 15 to get there. You still have 20 left, so you could stand. You could still move 20, stand a couple of spaces in front of Riz, and help. Um, well, you could actually provide the other side of the trap with Jacob if you move um, to here. No, Skadhart's corpse is further away. But if you stand there when the guy pops back in, you'll be providing advantage for Jacob. Just there. Yeah. I think that's where everyone would want you to go, as I said, as I said, you'll give yeah, just one more forward. I'll move you that last one. There you go. Because as I said, you had 35 foot of movement, and that is 35 in total as far as you've moved. So I thought that would be a nice one to capitalize on your first appearance. Oh dear. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, where everything sounds like it's dodgy. Throw down a face down. Ew. Yeah, I must admit it did. And there was a few funny episodes. I was particularly fond of that guy who got sacked from Industrial Illusions because he came up with a card. It was like the equivalent of Leash of Slifer or something. Like allows you to control the Egyptian god card. What happens if someone MSTs it? You get in trouble. Yeah, so are a lot of those attack the moon. No one cares. The problem is now they just don't care because the game only lasts 2 turns. It's just a pointless game now. Yeah, they've just written themselves. They've just basically killed the game because they've written themselves into such a narrow thing of power creep that it's like, okay, now no other decks are competitive, so it's like, yeah, yeah, basically, and yeah, yeah, exactly, and that's what as a card game it's just down into the ground. Oh, there's loads of those. There's some really crazy ones of those, but okay, so Mage C reappears, and he's going to get splatted. Yeah, and Fang, and yeah, I believe so, due to the fact that she is part of the party with the wolves. So because the wolf has an ally within a certain amount of space, yeah, pack tactics. It's not getting its attack roll. Stop. No, no, not getting its attack rolls. You know it's not. Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah, you get advantage. Yeah, you only get one attack. Yeah. But you get advantage on your attacks. So I was going to say the flail will do more damage. Oh, no, you didn't. Unfortunately, you got two bad rolls. Sadly. Well, Fang is only a wolf, and also they don't have the wrap that Thingy's bringing them. The collar even that would have allowed those to hit. Okay, so it's the Blood Mage's turn. Hmm. So, and he's got disadvantage on attacks. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm doing this. The guy collapses onto the ground and dies. Eh. So yes, you won the combat. You're out of combat. Well, I say you're out of combat. No, not right now. As a massive burst of red energy erupts in the center of the room. Well, no, not in the center of the room, above the altar. This is going to be horrifying for everyone. As a huge, flaming, bat like creature with blood, cracks, and energy pouring off him appears above the altar, roaring inanely. Well, it's not really a bat, it just kind of looks like a bat a little bit. It's got like a bat head. Um, he yells out, "Where is that?" He yells out, "Where is that bastard Fernando?" He tricked me. No, you're not. No. I think it'd be more the like who. Well, actually, for you guys, it'd just be who? Fernando. I mean, if anyone wants to make a history check of any of anyone who was at the village, if they looked around and whether they read the plinth at the bottom of Fernando's statue. No, he was. No, he wasn't. Guardhart was there. Hmm. Oh, you're like Fernando, the the bard. What dead bard? Fernando cannot die. What? Okay, as you say that, the energy seems to dissipate somewhat. I was going to say, you think I would tell you? the the energy shapes seem to reseal, and the energy seems to be dissipating. He looks confused. This is all too much. This can't be right. And he seems to be really in pain by where he is. Like, "Mm, I need someone who can honestly tell me the truth. You." And he points over at Scarred Heart's body. "You, servant, you can tell me the truth." Scarred Heart's body starts to twitch. His fur goes black. Um, his eyes start to glow red, and he literally sticks his hand into his own chest, tears out his own heart, and skewers it through um, his holy um, symbol, the one that was on his necklace. Just skewers it on there. "Yes, I can answer you. They tell the truth. The one you seek is dead. Fernando died. And you, god of blood, you, well," it picks up the sacrificial dagger that was on the table. "You serve no more purpose here. Not that now that I have your power." "What? What do you mean I serve no purpose?" "Well, to quote Motoro, you're nothing but a false god." He grabs the dagger, stabs, um, stabs Blair and Blood with the dagger. "I'm sorry, dead, false god," and disappears in a thing of smoke. The creature immediately starts to reel over from this dagger that's been stabbed into him, and starts to change back into a human, like humanoid. And he um, collapses down on the ground. "Ah, betrayed by my own. Ah, what is this place? Ah, ah." And he succumbs to the wound. this weird dagger wound um, that Scarred Heart has inflicted upon him. Now we're out of combat. Well, so what are you going to do now? Hunger starts to laugh. You can't tell what just happened? Well, yes. The order. Well, this one down here. His name was Baron Blood. He was the god of the Order of Blood, and I think they just wanted their power back from him. Um, if I can tell from looking at him, as soon as he used his power to bring back your companion and corrupt him, he realized that the only way of escaping here with his newfound power was to turn on this false god who's clearly succumbing to the Blackstone around here. I wouldn't have been much use for much longer. So took his power, took his leave, and off he went. Hmm, I, there's only one of him. You've killed, you've you've killed all but one other of the Order of Blood. And that's the one down here pretending to be dead. She goes up and kicks it. Yeah, you. Kicks him again. Pretending to be dead. I saw you cast feign death, you little scamp. The spectre sort of guy goes, hmm? Sticks his head up like, what? How did you not get from? And he starts changing. He starts changing as well. No, he starts changing back into a normal person, not a spectre. No, no. Um, he's no. This spectre was a real person. All you've done is freed it from its what was controlling it. Yeah. So it just returns back to its normal self. Um, I suppose I'm the only one left. We were the only members of the Order of Blood still alive. Well, we weren't really alive. We were spectral guardians of here. I'm not even sure how I'm alive now. Your friend killed the Baron? The guy steps forward and looks down at the Baron's now human corpse. You don't understand what this means to us. This is our greatest leader who's been restored and then killed in seconds like he's nothing. Hunger turns round to you. I like you. You have a good sense of humor. Hmm. And you have a real hunger for vengeance. I like that. Hmm. Real desire. Hmm. That too. Hmm. Oh, they tried to make a deal with me. Tried to force me to do what I wanted. Well, what they wanted. And I wouldn't. They thought that, oh, they wanted me to control the primordial vampire. Mm. They wanted me to take control of her, take control of Remula, and then force her to bend the knee to them and serve them with all of her primordial powers. I said no. They didn't like that. Hmm, not sure how. Not even sure they really had sealed me away. Hmm, confusing. Hmm, hmm. Well, that's up to you. Oh no, they're definitely not leading us now. They've got your friend Scarheart leading. Well, he'll probably lead them now. Didn't you see what he did to himself? Something not right with him. He's definitely scarred heart now if he wasn't beforehand. He's got his heart on a chain. But here, there's no one to work for him here. Well, oh, maybe, maybe there is. Do you know the Sons of Motoro? Do you know the names of their tribes? Well, how well do you know them? Do you know about do you know about their exile? Oh, the ones who used to serve the Empire of Blood, the ones who didn't take kindly to the rebellion. There's not many of them. No, there's never many of them because they're not allowed female. Shadowhorn. They might have kidnapped some, but mm, I can feel they're still around. I can taste them. I can feel their hunger. Hunger for power, for war. But there's not many of them. Not many of them at all. I mean, there's thousands of Centaurans. There's maybe 50 of these. Less than that. 20. Difficult to tell, even for me. Oh, yes, I owe you, don't I? Yes, you lovely people. You rescued me. Hmm. She is kind of strange, this one. Hmm. Yeah, she is a little bit like Grandma, but not so. It's more of a Claudia. It's like you could tell you say the wrong thing, she'll turn on you in a second. It's just like a Robin with a machine gun. Hmm. Well, can we leave here at the very least? I don't like it here. Hmm. Who? Hmm. 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 I'll feel better when I'm away from this black stone. Oh yeah. Hmm. Okay, you going to say anything to Braveheart? Well, actually, no. Braveheart, I think, needs would probably introduce himself. He's just a he's just a shell. He's not your brother. Your brother's gone wherever your his soul was going. I don't know where. Don't care. Beyond this world doesn't bother me. Can't have hungers when you're dead. No, he puffed away and a thing of smoke teleported. Or might have been dimensional door. It's difficult to tell. Oh, you have a mess. You had a You're carrying things for the other members of the party. A gift from Purin, your patron. The blue item that I said that you needed to research for yourselves. Yeah. Well, the wolves have each got the collar of um, unarmed power that they can equip now. Um, then after a short rest, they can attune to it. If you picked out your blue item, you could add that to your add that and attune to it during the next rest. Was there anything else people wanted to do in the tower before we went back to the world map? Yeah, that's what I just said. I'm just moving Apanak and everyone else up so I can get you close together to teleport. Well, so I can move you to the next map easier. Because I'm going to the world map and you've not been there before. So it's a blue item. Only if you only if you never ever ever hold it in a reverse grip. Did you know that it said while holding the weapon, not waggling it like an idiot or incorrectly holding it? So so holding it the correct way, not reverse grip. No, no, I was just saying, just pointing that out. If you held it in the way that Jack was suggesting, then you don't get that. None of that, because you're not really holding it. You're just kind of holding it inappropriately. Yes, I shall allow it. Okay, let's bring you to the world map. No, because you started a new character and he has loads of like really strong items. Okay, so paste everyone here. And yeah, so you're up on the world map. You're at the edge of the forest. Well, I say you're close to the edge of the forest. Um, different scale here. Um, no, they'll get a blue item as well. Um, yeah, I was gonna say I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, so I'm not gonna summon a blue eyes white dragon. Um, yeah, my deck is just behind me, but as it's might as well be confetti in the current game. Um, because of the freaking power creep, it's not worth it. Uh, so yeah, difficult to tell where you are in the woods. Um, the wives suggest heading south because that is one of the sites that oh I've named them both the same bloody thing. Oops. I'll fix that for next time. One of the farm sites you were supposed to investigate right at the start of the campaign is literally just south of where you are. Well, it's one of the potential farm sites. And the easiest way of finding your way back if you want to, find shelter. Okay, you travel out to the edge of the forest. The wives take point because they can quite easily keep an eye out for the men folk of their type. As you emerge from the woods, you see a nice, um, well, I'll describe the plains to you. Um, to the southeast, well, no, to the east, there is another tower, very similar to the tower you encountered before in the woods, except the difference is it isn't surrounded by loads of dead plants or anything. It's a couple of miles away, but you can see the shape of it uh, against the forest. To your southeast, there is the sea. To the south, you've got the next part of the forest. To the southwest, again, several miles away, so you can see them quite clearly. Um, well, you can see their tents far off. There is what looks like a camp of the male centaurans. Well, it's consistent with what you know of them. Um, to the um, northwest, to the southwest, there's also another tower. To the northwest, there is another camp close to some farmland, and to the north is the forest, and northeast. This was the area that Sharp suggested would make good potential farmland for the town, as it's the first area you've encountered away from the initial landing spot where there aren't any trees. Um, Seems to be fine, but you can tell that. Do you want to have a look around? Okay, everyone goes quiet. Okay. Yeah. Well, aside from the things I've described, um, no, no, you don't really spot anything on a 3 or a 9. Um, um, okay. Um, okay. Something weird's going on with Mura's connection. Oh, all I kept hearing was a weird buzz every so often. I wasn't sure if you were saying something or what it was. Oh, eh. Apanaku looks red. So you're gonna make camp or what? Okay, so you make camp here, so everyone can have a long rest and recover from their injuries. During the night, there is a massive storm. Whoever's on, well, no, several trees are uprooted, and there is a great deal of noise overnight. Was anyone on watch? Yeah. So yeah, you can always have a couple of you on watch at the same time, so because they are very very observant. Mm. No, you don't need to roll anything just for them. When you wake up in the morning, they basically tell you, yeah, there was a big storm during the night. You can see that several trees have been uprooted. There's branches, little broken off bits of branch everywhere. It's a proper mess. Um, Abnak has disappeared during the night and his maid vanished off into the woods. Although your prisoner, the Order of Blood guy is still there. He's got nowhere else to go now that he's living, and hunger's still there. I definitely feel better since being out of that mausoleum of a building. Uh, uh, oh, too much blackstone. Well, he kept their gods at bay. It's what the Centaurians used. I mean, how do you think they managed to win the war? I mean, you know, them, the Order of the Empire of Blood summoning me was their last gamble. The Centaurians had them on the back foot by then. They killed several of their gods. Um, I remember the first one, the blood speckled god, Motoro. He was quite an old chap by now, old man by this point. Um, said pretty much exactly what your friend said. He was like, um, he basically went into the arena for his last battle, what was supposed to be his last battle, and he said, um, I want to see I wish to challenge one of your gods. And they were like, okay, this one appeared. I can't remember his proper name. His name got changed soon after. He was the speckled god, blood speckled god. They started calling him El Sabanur, the first one to fall. Motoro um, plunged his sword, his blackstone sword, into his chest, caught him completely by surprise, and just went, just said to him, God, false god, and turned to the crowd and scoffed, dead false god. And that's when the uprising started. That was like the code word for it. And then they started putting these totems up everywhere. And everywhere they put up the totems, the Empire of Blood's gods couldn't enter. So they just hemmed them in and hemmed them in and hemmed them in, and they couldn't get out. And then they just killed them. They used the Blackstone to make them mortal and killed them, made them sick, and they danced on their graves. Most of them, I think. Baron Blood was probably the last one, and he he's only been a god for maybe 40 years. Hmm. Yeah, he lived a very long time for a Centauran. There was rumors because he had 30 or 40 children and over hundreds of grandchildren and great grandchildren. They spread like rabbits. There was rumors he was blessed by someone, but no one could figure out who. But the Centaurs seemed to just spring out of the ground like weeds. Yeah. Uh, wisdom. Well, yeah, wouldn't take a huge leap to go rabbit god, breathe like rabbit. Yeah, that would be enough. So yeah, that's why there's so many of them now. Like your wives here. Oh, oops. Okay, Gar. Yeah. Very sorry. Well, it served its purpose. Yeah. Mm, mm. And the Centaurians are noble enough. You just got to know how to treat them. You just got to be you just got to be strong-willed with them. Don't let them push you around or make them laugh. That always works. Mm, mm. Well, yeah, and um your people are probably getting quite hungry because you was well. Perhaps you should go and introduce yourself to your neighbors. Okay. Well, I could always keep hold of your prisoner here. I don't think you'd want me to come with you. Um, oh no. Yeah, I'll stay here. Or for me or for him? I don't know anything. I've been sealed away for years. Hmm? She looks around at you. Hmm? Okay. Well, I need to rest. I need to, like, this black stone everywhere is wearing me out. So her and the prisoner, just get some um, some materials and make a little camp for themselves. Um, so the rest of you are going to head towards the closest camp of male centaurans. Okay. Okay. Let's grab you, and I'll move you to the first centauran camp. Or edge of the camp. Okay. Bigger the. Okay. Yeah, your tokens are a little bit small now, so I'll just stretch you out to the right size. So yeah, feel free to move yourself onto your mount. Yeah, it makes sense. You smell like your brother a little bit, so and you also saved Fang. And I suspect you probably spoke to Fang, like when you were making camp. So there we go. I think everyone's the right size now. Hype train. No, that was Tuesday when we got trains, and our first actual train, not just trains of horses. Okay, so how would you want to approach the brothers' camp? So that's what I was saying. Just position yourselves however you want your party to be, or you describe it. Well, you can see from a distance that there's quite a few. There's a few patrols. Um, Maybe just heading straight up to one. Yeah. First patrol sees you approaching them, and his compatriot joins him. Afternoon. Who would you be? Hmm. Well, those look um, perfectly fine. Um, we're This is the camp of the Thunderhorn, Thunderhoof Warhorn. Really? That sounds impossible. You'd have to talk to one guard steps forward, the other steps a little back, and the one who steps forward looks at the weapon and goes, "Hmm," and nods. Um, we'll need we'll need an iron hoof to confirm this, but um, certainly looks genuine. They both seem they both seem very surprised by this. This is um yeah, this is like you've basically pulled Excalibur on them. They're like um the we would, as I said, we are only horned hunters. We would need a forge horn to confirm your claims, but I'm oh my goodness. Yes, let them pass. Let them pass. Um, they let you into the camp. Um, they're clearing the way for you. Um, okay. Well, as you and I'll move your group forward towards the tents. Does everyone else want to go with? Okay, I'll move you up as well. In front of you, there are numerous tents. Um, there are female servants attending to the various different status male centaurans. There are um, scouts. Um, the um, the ones you're with describe themselves as windrunners. They're the scouts of oh no, they're not windrunners. What am I doing? The thing's not the thing wasn't loading properly. Um, yeah, windrunners who are messengers and horned hunters who are the youngest of the tribe. Um, as you get in, they point out various other ones and go, these are warriors, young bloods, well, blooded young, um, so ones who have um, won their first engagements, seers, um, and several who have um, like small smithing forges that they point out and go, those are forge horns. Um, the leader of this encampment is the Bloodgore Guard of the Thunderhoof War Warhorn. Cragor the Iron Hoof. So they're giving you a bit of a tour as you go through. As you've effectively well effectively given them the impression that you're honoured guests. As you approach the centre of the camp, you can see that the tents are getting more ornate, and the fires and decorations are getting larger. Um, clearly, the tents of hunters who've had longer careers, effectively. They have more females. They have more ornate weaponry. They have more ornate tents, decorations, tribal um, decoration. At the center of the camp is a huge tent. Outside is a familiar um, armored knight, well, armored Centauran knight, um, the one you met before, Cragor the Iron Hoof. His guards immediately step to one side to give you a bit more space to move in closer. As soon as he sees you, he yells out, "Ah, so you are still alive! Oh, come on in. Tie your wolves up. Quick, drinks for my companions here. They are honored guests." Um, are you going to dismount and join them? Yeah. One of the younger hunters comes over, and well, a couple of them come over, um, offering to take your wolves. Um, are you going to let them? They lead them basically over to a clearer area where they would keep animals so they don't make a mess. Are you going to ask them? Well, you going to ask? They both look over at Craggle. Craggle just goes, "Yeah, fine. You can bring your females. Just don't get them muddled up with any of mine." Oh. The rest of his men, having heard him, um, having heard him laugh at your comments, feel they have the approval to laugh as well. So they chuckle. I'm not tipping my fedora as I say it because these are more like these are more like Dothraki. They're not neckbeards or something. Yeah, as I said, I'm trying to keep them a little bit more reasonable. Um, why are you wanting a crown? No, no crown for a king. Yeah, especially with your hair. Although he did break the law. He deserved it. He broke several laws in thingy Dothrak. Yeah, he deserved that. And he was an asshole anyway. Um, hmm. um, you had a long. Yeah, I was going to say you had a long rest earlier. You need to pay attention, Jack. No, you weren't. I haven't rolled on the date several times, so yeah, I'm not exactly 100% on ball. Let's say let's give it a week. Make it 9 days. There we go. Okay, so BBA manages it. The ref takes a point away. Keep the gloves up, Hawk. Keep the gloves up. Um. Okay, so Cragor looks at you. Ah, drinks for my companions here. They have stories to tell. One of the females approaches with several large tankards and jugs of ale. Oh yes, tell us more. And drink. You you entered the cursed prison and, and escaped? I have lost many men there. Hmm. Let's bring our steers over. They need to hear of this. Come on. The whole tribe starts to come round, like this, the seers and the iron hoofs and their mate. He's basically summoning as many of them as all are there. Mm, mm. Ah, clever, ingenious one. Something the Empire of Blood would definitely not be able to breach. They're far too greedy and impatient. They'd have been caught in this time trap of yours, and they wouldn't have thought of being so charitable. Mm, such skill. Yes. Mm, mm. Your gaunt fellow who, yes, I remember him. He had a gaunt face, but it sounds like he was. It sounded like he was a brave man. This should make sense to him. Yeah, because remember, only the genuine articles can even speak common. Baron Blood? I'm not familiar with him. Oh, you misunderstand us. We, your brother may have been, as I said, a gaunt fellow with sullen eye, but uh, he lived his faith. He lived up to his beliefs. He did not turn against his faith, and it sounds like he was very brave and noble. He may not have been one of our kind or lived up to our laws, but he lived up to his own. And we can respect that. We can respect that. We understand that. Our, our ancestors were forced into that life. Mm, uh, he offers Kragor comes over to Braveheart and goes, then I offered my hand. We are clearly brothers in arms. We will do whatever we can to save the body of your brother and give his spirit peace in whatever customs you deem he would want. Now, now we must celebrate. You won the day, and mm, let us mourn your brother. Let us drink and sing songs of his adventures. Mm, us, me and my warriors, will hear more tales of his exploits. We may not understand them, but at least we can celebrate and um, give whatever gods or entities he believes in cause to remember the day that he entered their halls. Hmm. Ah, okay, yeah, yeah, that works. That works. Mm, yeah. Ah, so he gave this scum a sting that he wouldn't forget. So he did have a sense of humor. Good. You see, uh, you made it seems that his companions here may not have known him very well at all. But that is the way with adventurers, and sometimes you don't really know each other as well as you think. Mm. Well, perhaps tonight you'll get to know each other better and get to know members of my tribe better. Mm. Scouting areas? Hmm. So you seek the land close to the forest where I'm sure we would be willing to negotiate for that if you spoke to my warhorn. He is a noble man. He's not here. He is at our main camp, but he listens to my counsel. I have his ear. He's set to become, as far as we know, he is set to become the next Bullhorn Khan. He is someone who is advisable that you get to know. Yes. Well, I think the best way of doing that would be, and as you have taken Centauran brides, I think perhaps we should have you spend the next week or so training with us. I will send a message to to my lord and ask that he come here immediately. He was due to come here within the next week or so anyway. So if I encourage him by telling him about your recent endeavors, he is certain to come here as soon as he can. Hmm. You know of our name. You know the names of the great bull. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I think I would have to mention this to him in my. I will send one of my wind. I will send a team of my windrunners to go to the capital and ask that he come here and to bring his council and his seers. Then we can really discuss this. Mm. If you stay here and train with us until the day he arrives, by then you will be welcome into our tribe, and we will grant you that land. I think he turns to his advisors, a few of the seers, and they look at him and go, "Yeah, that seems appropriate." Yeah, they sort of murmur to themselves like, "Hmm." The 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 Council of Khans would definitely agree with that. They would be powerful allies. And it sounds like they bring potential trade to the outside world. Mm. Then, then, then we will start you as our warriors start as a as a blooded young. You'll go with the youngsters, face the same challenges as them. Then, once you've been deemed worthy, then you'll train with our warriors. Well, train with our blooded young, so you can become a warrior or a seer or an iron hoof. And then by then you'll be a welcome member of our tribe. You'll be one of us, not just in marriage to one of our females, but truly a member of our of this community, which I feel is what you want. Oh no, no, no. Okay, I'll say it out of character. Like he doesn't mean honorary. You would be considered fully I mean, there's some things they would have to bend the rules for, like, for example, running. Yeah, like running, you would never naturally be able to keep up with them. So you'd be able to do some of the tests on Wolfback because otherwise you're never going to keep up. But the other tests you'll do, they will judge you on that. But there are various classes. So, for example, if Skardhart had been here, he wouldn't have been a warrior, he'd have been a seer. Me. So he would have trained with the seers who heal, who actually do heal, like he does, or he did. So, there would have been an option for all of you. Um, Charleston Riz would probably get on better with certain parts of it as well, like that side of it. But as I said, that's up to you to decide where you want to go with your training when we actually get to the training. No, no, this is actually what Purin and Sharp would want, because this is good. This is gonna get you the. This is gonna bring peace between you and the Centaurans, because this gives you basically a vote in their society. Well, that's a different thing altogether. And also, you have one particular trump card when it comes to that. Purin knew El Toro. Mm, yeah. So yeah, there is a closeness to that. Mm, mm. Well, as I said, you could go warrior, you could go iron hoof, well, no, forge hoof even. There's, as I said, there's several different classes that they, um, um, yeah, you'll get levels. Well, there's the one class that you definitely wouldn't want to do, which is a flesh taker, um, because that's torturers. There's windrunners, forge horns, um, blood gore guards, haunt hunters, seers. Um, yeah, that's it. So yeah, as I said, there's a few options, because forge horns can be like smiths or um, any form of crafting is done by them. Seers are your mages, your any kind of magic users. Windrunners are messengers and scouts. Warriors are just warriors. Blood Gore guards are bodyguards. Horned hunters are just basically the tribe's hunters. Um, like food hunting. Um, but yeah, it's a bit like the lizard men. So well, as I said, we'll leave it for tonight because I think that's pretty much all we'll get done now. And yeah, I think everyone's going to be partying for a bit, after the session. So yeah, it would be training the next day because you're going to be all telling your stories to the tribe until the wee small hours and drinking a lot. So yeah, we'll end the stream there. No, he has been calling him Braveheart. Mhm. And to be honest, and to be honest, the last thing I would want to do before going north of the wall would be to insult that. Exactly. I would not want there to be evidence of me mocking that before going beyond the wall. The thing is, I actually do quite like that movie. I know it's about as historically accurate as something that comes out of my rectum. I think anything that comes out of my ass would probably be closer to the life of William Wallace in the terms of compared to that film in terms of historical accuracy, because that is just like fever dream. But I do love the acting in it, especially especially Thingy who plays Longshanks. I think he's wonderfully evil. Yeah. Mm. No, no, it never. No, I never do. No, I acknowledge that it's a I'm saying is I acknowledge it's a terrible film. Mm. I believe the last time I checked, I bel I believe when I last checked, the total raise. Oh, yeah, I believe the total we raised was $80. Let's have a look. I'll just have a look. I'll just have a look. Yeah, $80. Hmm? Jack was one half, and me and Ollie were the other half. Mm. And that's and as I said, I'm going to keep this on my streams for the next, when I come back from holiday for 2 weeks after that. So we'll get two more sessions of D&D with the adverts in and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back in 2 weeks, unless Ollie's planning on doing something next Wednesday. Okay, well, no, I know you were talking about your one shot, that's all. Ah, okay. Yeah, so we'll leave it there. Good night, everyone. It means a one session adventure.